police shot him?
Yeah. In front of his son.
Now's the time for action.
He's handcuffed to a hospital bed. The man can't even walk. They're torturing him, violating his dignity. My grandson's father got arrested today. I'm gonna get him. For all of us.
For life.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, Futuristic Mike, and I'm back with another For Life video if you're new. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for For Life Season 2, Episode 7. If you're a fan of For Life, if you love For Life, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on For Life, you get them. Now, the episode title is Say His Name, and his name in this episode is Andy Josiah, and I'll get more into his character when I start the recap, but the description for this episode reads, Aaron takes on the case of an unarmed man shot by a police officer. Sophia represents Ronnie after he's arrested and roughed up by law enforcement. The family struggles with whether to have Aaron Jr. baptized. Great episode. I'm gonna rate it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, it was really sad. I felt really bad for Andy Josiah in this episode, but he was married to his wife, Elaine, and he was a father of 2. His kids, Marcel and baby daughter, Layla, were both very young. They both needed their father more than ever, and unfortunately, a bad arrest took him away from them. He became paralyzed, and it was just a very sad situation. Andy's case came to Aaron's attention. Aaron's family was dealing with some issues at this time because the other grandparents of his grandson AJ, they wanted the baby baptized, and Aaron's family wasn't too sure about it because they weren't super religious. Now, George Floyd's case brought worldwide attention to the violence that so many in the Black American community were facing every single day. Jasmine cried when she saw the video. Jasmine easily saw how it could have been her father, her boyfriend Ronnie, or even her son in the future in Floyd's position one day. Jasmine was so traumatized after seeing the video of George Floyd's death, she cried in her father's arms. She was feeling so much and she didn't know what to do with all those emotions. The outrage after George Floyd's death helped channel all these emotions in real life and in the show. You know, everybody was so outraged over this situation. Jasmine began protesting and Ronnie joined her. Ronnie wasn't feeling the same as Jasmine, honestly, but Jasmine wanted to protest every day, all day. She left the caring of her son to Aaron, and eventually Aaron had to say something. He's like, look, you leave all hours of the day, you know, you're out all day, every day, and you just leave AJ here. You have a baby to take care of. AJ is still a small baby and he needs his mother, so Jasmine can't be out like that. After all, Aaron can only do so much. The baby needs his mother. Jasmine said that she's protesting for her son because she wanted a better world for him and she felt they all should be angry. She didn't know why Aaron stopped being mad after what was done to George Floyd. Now, Aaron was still angry, but he disagreed with how Jasmine was doing things, but that didn't mean he didn't agree with her fundamentally. I think this whole episode was crazy, just because of the George Floyd thing and then Andy Josiah. That's what made it worse. Josiah's case was brought to Aaron's attention by Sophia. She had been watching the protesting and she wanted to do something when she heard about Andy's case. Josiah was pulled over during a routine traffic stop. He was pulled out of the car for no apparent reason, and this worried his son, who was in the back seat. His son was in a car seat. He tried to get out of the car seat, and when Josiah tried to reach his son through the window, he was shot in the back. Josiah was left paralyzed by the shooting. Now, if you guys know this actor who plays Josiah, if you guys are Marvel fans, then you know that he played in the Daredevil series, The Punisher, and Jessica Jones. He was the detective Brett Mahoney. If you guys haven't seen those shows, then check it out, and you'll notice that he's in those shows. But Josiah was also charged with resisting arrest, and that was bullshit in my opinion. Josiah complied with everything the cops told him to do, and they still did what they did. They shouldn't have even taken him from the car. There was no justification for doing any of this. Josiah was pulled over, he was asked for license and registration, and he had provided both to this younger officer. The younger officer returned to the car to run the information, and the older officer was in charge of Josiah, and it was this officer that was the problem. The older officer asked Josiah to step out of the car. Josiah asked if he was under arrest, and the officer did not respond. He just began asking him about whether or not he had drugs on him or if he was drinking. Josiah was clean. He didn't have nothing on him. He doesn't do drugs, and he was out that night picking ice cream out for his wife. Now, it's not like Josiah was a rich man. He was a truck driver and his wife was a stay-at-home parent. He didn't have the money to fully fight the resisting arrest charge. He also couldn't work like before because all of a sudden he's paralyzed. The location that Josiah was shot was in Staten Island. All throughout the episode, Andy was in the hospital. He was being treated for his wounds, and for some reason he was left handcuffed to his bed for almost 2 weeks, which I think was not humane at all. They did not have to handcuff him. Like, really, what's he gonna do? He's paralyzed. Really, what is he gonna do? He's not gonna escape. He can't even walk. Some people really don't know how dehumanizing being handcuffed is, and I know from experience, like when they put them on too tight and you can't move and stuff like that, it is not pretty, man. Forget that. Aaron definitely knows how inhumane being handcuffed is, and so he wants them to remove the handcuffs from Josiah. He asked them if they could even put a guard on the door rather than leaving his client handcuffed. That's just not right. The judge in their case said he had to think about it. They said they were supposed to keep him handcuffed because he was at risk, but whatever, man. They did not have to keep this man handcuffed. The district attorney claimed Josiah was a risk in spite of the man being paralyzed, and Aaron was doing his best to defend his client when his private life intruded. His private life was just getting in the way of everything, but he still did his best to be there for Josiah. His daughter Jasmine called because her boyfriend Ronnie got arrested during a protest. Jasmine was feeling guilty because she was the one who dragged Ronnie to the protest in the first place, and he hadn't wanted to go. He only went because of her, so she's just feeling guilty. It seems that Ronnie had spotted someone rioting. He flagged down the cops to get some help, and they instead blamed him for the property damage. They blamed him for everything, and then they roughed him up. They threw him in jail for resisting, and Aaron got him help, and the help that he got him was Sophia. Aaron didn't defend Ronnie because he knew some judges didn't like him in that courtroom. Sophia got him released on his own recognizance, and Ronnie was super scared, man. He's never been in trouble with the law before, so he was freaking out. Ronnie got out really easy, and it was good to see him get out because he didn't do anything. His release from jail was a great relief for his family, and his mother talked to Jasmine about it. It wasn't just about Ronnie, but it was about everything else. She could see how Jasmine was pushing everyone away. Jasmine was only doing what she was doing because she feels guilty for bringing AJ into the world, bringing a black child into this world. She said she feels like she set her child up for failure. What she really needed was to speak to another mother of a black son, and it definitely helped. She spoke to Ronnie's mom, and that helped her ease her guilt. It definitely helped as well when Marie was able to come home. Marie had been working in the hospital for 8 straight weeks in the COVID department, and so she had been separated from her family for a long while. I mean, it's been a while. She didn't even get to come home to her family, so I was feeling bad for Jasmine because of that. Marie finally got a break from work, and she definitely needed a break. Marie was later talking to Aaron about their daughter when Aaron got a call. He was notified from Josiah's other lawyer. He said that Josiah fell into a coma, and Josiah's family was told that there was no hope, and it was suggested that they take him off life support. And doing that would change everything, so he ended up dying. Aaron is so sick of this stuff happening to the black community. He wanted everything to be different this time. He talked to Josiah's wife, and he convinced her to apply public pressure. He needs this to be taken care of. They needed to force the attorney general into taking this case. Aaron wanted justice for Josiah, and up until he was officially declared dead, Aaron still fought for him. He fought for him until the very end. And I think there's going to be another episode about Andy Josiah because I seen that episode 10 is titled Andy Josiah. So I assume they're going to try to get justice for him, and they'll probably succeed in doing that. Now, he was able to get the handcuffs removed so that Josiah at least died with dignity. Aaron also talked to Ronnie's dad later on, and they talked about the fight that's ahead of them because the cops put their hands on his son, and they're not having that. All the cops saw was a black kid. It didn't matter that Ronnie is a good kid or that he gets straight A's, that he gets good grades in school and stuff like that. He was black, and that's all the cops saw. Ronnie and his family eventually persuaded Jasmine into agreeing to baptize AJ. So we saw AJ being baptized the same day that Josiah was being buried by his family, which was a pretty cool moment. I like to see this. I didn't like the fact that they were burying Josiah, but seeing AJ getting baptized, that was a beautiful moment. Then we see that someone suggested to the Attorney General that it would be a great idea to name Aaron as special prosecutor to oversee the Josiah murder trial. So it's gonna be great, man, to see this in the future, and I think that's what will happen in episode 10. I think this was a solid episode, but it was definitely an emotional episode. It was very sad. I'm glad that Aaron tried to help out Josiah as much as he could. Even though he died, Aaron still did the best that he could. But I thought it was a great episode. What did you guys think of this episode? Comment down below and let me know. What are your thoughts? What do you think's gonna happen in the next episode? What do you think's gonna happen for the rest of the season? Comment your thoughts down below in the comment section. Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all For Life content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy Futuristic Mike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.